What's good, y'all, man? We are back again with another video, man. Today we are here with the power forwards list. This video would have came out yesterday, but I had to drop that video. I'm a Cavs fan. I had to drop that video. So we're back with the power forwards list. If you are new, if the player didn't play over 41 games, he will not be on this list. What else is the rule? Oh, and we're getting our positions off of Basketball Reference. Now, one exception, and I just have to say this because, Pascal Siakam is not a center, okay? He's a power forward. Even though he played mostly center, he's a power forward. So I put him and Scotty on this list. I'm not going to lie. So that's the one exception. But everybody else, their positions are based off of this list. And I did make a mistake. Kevin Durant was supposed to be on this list, but I accidentally put him on the small forwards list because all my life I knew Kevin Durant as a small forward, so I didn't feel like I had to look that up. Now when you think about it, Nicholas Claxton did start at the 5 and KD was right next to him. So yeah, he should be on this list, but he's not. But y'all know where he would be at if he was on this list right after. Y'all know who number 1 is. But let's get straight into this list, man. At number 10, we have Julius Randle. Now, Julius Randle, he had a bad season. I'm not going to lie. He had a bad season as far as saying fuck you to the Knicks. Oh, damn, I cussed in the first 3 minutes. My fault. I'm not supposed to do that. But saying that to the Knicks and putting the middle finger up to the Knicks, talking to the fans while he was playing, and not talking to the media for 2 months. He had all that bad stuff. But then when you're looking at his game, he still had a decent season averaging 21, 9, and 4. The percentages did go down a lot. I think he was shooting 41% and 31% this year. Last year he shot 46% and 41%. So his percentages went down a lot, but just his talent, off his talent, he's still a top 10 power forward in the league. I can't really think of a lot of power forwards better than him. I'm looking for a bounce back year for him. I know we all want RJ to be the number 1, and I even want to see RJ as the number 1. But that bubble year, it really made me look at Julius Randle different. Not bubble year, that 2020 year, 2021 year definitely made me look at Julius Randle different. Just the shots that he was taking, the shots that he was making, some of them were good quality shots. And then his game just looked like he got better. He became more of an all-around player, more of a playmaker. His ball handling got better. And he had some of that same stuff this year, just the shots weren't falling. So I still got faith in Julius Randle, but this is last year. If he don't do nothing, I'm expecting another All-Star year from him. If he don't do that, then I'm out. I'm out. But at number 9, we have a guy that's gonna make his first appearance on one of these lists, and I'm pretty sure for all the YouTubers that did these kind of lists, he's gonna make his first appearance, and that's Wendell Carter. I'm happy for Wendell Carter. He has stated that he wanted to play power forward damn near ever since he entered the league. He's a 6'8" power forward, and they played him at center. That's why he was really that good. But then you're coming to this team, you're playing next to Mo Bamba, and he looked really good. He improved a lot as a shooter. He used to shoot 24% from the 3 this year. He shot 32, still below league average, but for a power forward that's still young and getting better, that's just really fun to watch. And then in the post and in the paint, he was actually pretty good. And then as far as his defense, he's always been a really good shot blocker. And then he kind of showed that he's a really versatile forward this year, guarding some guards. And he was the anchor of this defense this year. For at times, they were a top 10 defense. And he was a big part of that. So shout out to him, man. I'm happy to see him on this list. Now, he is going to go back to center, I believe. I don't think they're going to make Paolo come off the bench. And Franz is definitely not coming off the bench. Now, y'all can go really big like we doing and go Markelle Fultz, Franz, Paolo, Wendell Carter, Mo Bamba, and I'm actually kind of liking that as I'm saying it, but I still think they're going to start 2 guards, so he is going to go back to the center position. He did earn that spot, and that do kind of scare me because him and Paolo, kind of a small front court, but man, he off of last year, he had a really good year, so I'm really excited for him. I'm really happy for him. And at number 8, we have John Collins. Now, I didn't know John Collins played that much games last year. I believe he played over 70 games. I thought he was one of those players that wasn't going to be on this list, but he played enough games last year. And in the games that I did watch with John Collins and off the research, he was still impactful. Average 16 and 8, shooting 48% from the field. He does have to get better because I would that's just my motto for all forwards / centers, just to shoot at least over 50% from the field. I don't think that's so hard, especially when you get most of your baskets to the rim. But then when I think about it, when looking at him, he is a guy that likes to play outside and he wants to have the ball outside. So I understand it. I still don't know how he feels about being on the Hawks. I think he was in trade rumors this whole year. So I'm surprised he's still on the team. But even though his impact, even with his impact and his role, he's still a top 10 power forward in this league. I do kind of want to see him on a different team, though, just to see how his role changes. Because he wants it. He thinks he has more to his game. I don't really see it personally, but I would like to see what he sees. So that's it. Now, for these next three, it was really hard, man. I was basically between Scottie Barnes, Evan Mobley, and Jaren Jackson Jr. I ended up going with Jaren Jackson Jr., though. The only reason I put him below the two rookies is when I looked at his stats, he wasn't consistent at all, shooting 41% from the field and 32% from the three. And we know Jaren Jackson is a big that can stretch the floor, and for him to shoot 32%, that's just pretty bad for him. But he became an elite defender, one that we always knew he was, man. He jumped into the top 5 in the Defensive Player of the Year race this year. He was the league leader in blocks. And I was just excited to see him this year. I think he played a big part of this team, surprising the world and being the second best team record-wise in the league. So shout out to him for that. My whole thing for him this year, even though he's coming off an injury this year, it sucks that he's going to be coming off an injury again, going into another offseason where he can't just work on his game. He has to rehab. But I just want him to be more of a consistent player and be more just smarter, bro. Like, he took himself out of a lot of games in the playoffs. They're in there every game in the playoffs. So I just want him to be smarter, want him to be more consistent. Definitely need him to rebound more. He averages 6 rebounds. That's terrible. I know most of your game is outside the paint, but 6 rebounds is really bad, bro. For a guy his size, it's really bad because they would hope that they don't have to start Steven Adams, but they have to start Steven Adams because they would only get like 25 rebounds a game because he just doesn't rebound. So I want him to become a better rebounder so they could put him at the 10, or at the 5. I don't know why I said the 10. And if you're able to put him at the 5, then they going to be on something, bro. That's going to unlock his game. But other than that, man, Jaren Jackson Jr. at number 7. Happy to have him here. Now, this, again, it was hard between Scottie and Evan. It was really hard. But I went with Scottie here at number 6. He brought everything to the Raptors that I was hoping he would have brought to the Cavs if we would have drafted him like I wanted to. I told y'all instantly he'll be able to guard 1 through 5. He was able to do that. I said he'll be the heart of the team and soon be the heart of the city. He was able to do that. And then his scoring not only blew y'all out of the water, but it blew me out. Blew me out of the water. Like, I didn't expect him to be that good of a scorer in his first year. And I'll never forget how he upped his play to help lead his team to the playoff spot. They were at a playing spot for literally most of the year, and then around March and April, he started to hoop. And that was games when Fred VanVleet didn't play, and he was playing the point. He hooped, man. He was averaging 17.7 rebounds and 4 assists at that time, shooting 53% from the field. I'm happy that he was hooping last year, man. I wanted him at the Cavs so bad. I said he was the second best player in the draft last year, and he made me look like I was a genius, man. Scottie is him, bro. The potential, I don't know where it's at. I know it's going to be high. Like, a lot of people see Giannis. I don't even want to put a ceiling on him, man, because he's special. Another generational talent in last year's draft, man. So shout out to Scottie Barnes. Now, it's going to sound high. Remember, some people are not on this list because they didn't play enough games. But at number 5, we have Evan Mobley, man. He was a big part of our culture change in Cleveland. He was a big part of our turnaround in Cleveland. Him being such a general talent allowed us to be able to start 3-7-4ers. He came in and changed our whole organization. This guy's a generational guy, man. Was a top 10 defender as soon as he touched the NBA. I also remember the games where he went toe-to-toe with Jokic, and I believe he dropped 28-10, and then he had the game-clinching dunk on. It was on Aaron Gordon, actually. It wasn't on Jokic. But, man, games like that, I remember him getting game-clinching stops on Joel Embiid in the clutch when Jared Allen wasn't playing. He just has it all, man. And then I'm looking into next year, and I think we're on to something, bro. And he has the potential to be that guy for us. I know we got Donovan Mitchell and we got Darius Garland, but y'all know how hard it is for a guard to be the best player on the Wings League. I could see Evan coming out of nowhere and just surprising everybody and just being that guy for us. Not this year, of course, but years down to come when we're trying to win that championship, I could see it, man. Evan is him. He's talented. He's super talented, and I'm excited, bro. I'm not mad that we didn't take Scotty no more, because when we took Evan, I was pretty mad. But I see what everybody was looking at right there. I see it, man. The kid has it all. Now, number 4, we have Domantas Sabonis. Now, Domantas Sabonis, he played 13 games with the Sacramento Kings, and he was the center. But for the 47 games that he played with the Pacers, he was a power forward. So I'm going to name him as a power forward. Man, we know who Domantas Sabonis is. A walking double-double. A walking double-double. He even improved his three-point shot this year. His playmaking got really good this year, especially when he played on the court with De'Aaron Fox. And then his shooting and his scoring, just all around, he got really better this year. He got really good. You still want that defense to come, especially now that he's playing the 5. You still want that to come. But overall, man, if you get a guy that averages 19 and 12, along with 6 assists as a big, that's just crazy in itself. There's only a couple guys in the league that can do that. Him, Jokic, and damn near Giannis that can average those numbers along with the assists, along with the efficiency being high. He has it all, just not the defense. But on the offensive side, he's really talented. Then I'm seeing him in the offseason, especially overseas. His size gotten better. So I'm looking at this Sacramento Kings team like I need y'all to do something, because I'm a big De'Aaron Fox fan. And I'm a big Domantas Sabonis fan. So if those two don't do something, at least get this team to touch the play-in, then, hey, I was wrong about him. Definitely. At number 4, when you're looking at the stats, he's not going to touch none of the guys below him. Impact, one of the best of all time. Draymond Green, 4-time champion. I don't really have to talk that much about Draymond. Regular season, when he was healthy, he was running away with Defensive Player of the Year. The Warriors were dominating the league. They had the number 1 defense, all because of Draymond. He got hurt. All of that went down. He lost the Defensive Player of the Year in the other league. Other year award. They were like a bottom 10 defense, and their record went down. I think they slipped to the 3rd seed, so he lost. I'm stuttering like shit right now. Don't mind me, bro. But man, when he went out, man, they felt that impact. And then when you looked at the playoffs, man, he had a really good playoff run. Then it went to the finals. A lot of people believe that he had a bad finals. That's just not the case. He had 2 bad games, and that's the games they lost. I was having this argument the other day. With a player like Jordan Poole, he had 2 bad games, and that's the games they lost. A lot of their players had 2 bad games, but that's the game they lost. But all around, the Warriors had a pretty good finals run for everybody. But specifically Draymond, in those last 2 games, other than Stephen Curry, he was by far the most impactful player on the court, especially on the defensive side. And then in that game 6, he was hitting his threes, talking to the crowd. He was super locked in on defense. Stuff like that. If Draymond's hitting 2 threes and he's having 13 points in the closing game, you're not going to win. And that's crazy, because he had 32 points in the closing game and they lost. That's crazy to say, but y'all know what I meant. Y'all know what I meant. Shout out to Draymond, man. One of my all-time favorites. Now, number 2, it's going to seem crazy, but remember, a lot of players are not on this list because they were hurt. So remember that. And I forgot KD. At number 2, we have Pascal Siakam. Shout out to my boy. I made a video, I believe, right before the start of the last NBA season. I said Pascal Siakam is the most disrespected star in this league. And I still believe that, bro. I still think from the general public and from casuals, he doesn't get his respect because it's not flashy, it's not cute. Pascal got game for a kid that just started playing basketball. He's older than me. For a guy that started playing basketball late in his career, he has game, bro. I was telling you on that video, his playmaking got better. His shooting got better. His ability to take over a game got better. And then this year we seen it, especially in the last 20 games where he was one of the top players in the world and he was simply dominating, taking over games. I remember that one game against the 76ers where he had 44, scored 10 straight in the 4th quarter. He's legit, bro. I know he's starting to get old, 28. This might be the peak of Pascal. But if they can go and get a dominant guard and pair him next to Pascal and Scotty, they can be something, because Pascal got it, Scotty got it. I just don't trust Fred that much, other than the Eastern Conference Finals. In the finals, he hasn't been really good in the playoffs at all. So I don't really trust him that much. I really want them to go out there and get a better point guard or a better 2. But other than that, man, Pascal got it, bro. And I'm happy that he showed y'all that this year, man. especially when Fred went out and him and Scotty was sharing the point guard roles. That was really fun to watch because he was playmaking his ass off at that time. I think he's one of the most underrated playmakers we have in this league. Now, number one, y'all know we got, man, the best player in the world by far to me. I love KD. KD's my second favorite player of all time. I don't think he holds a candle to Giannis right now. I don't think that's the term. I'm fucked up. Like, today I had a bad day. I'm not gonna lie. But I had to get this video out, man. But yeah, Giannis is just, he's crazy, bro. I know y'all seen that block that he had today where the person in the corner got the ball. Giannis was in the paint and he still made the fucking block. I don't understand. And then he got the ball on the other end of the court in the same play and got the N1 layup. And he's just not normal. And then what made it like so far out between him and KD to me, and this might sound really casual, but like it's a fact, because I don't think it's a defense that's supposed to stop KD. He's one of the most unguardable players we've seen, but he just had a bad playoff. That Celtics defense was supposed to stop Giannis, and they just couldn't. They did actually they didn't really stop him in the Game 7. They stopped him a little bit in Game 6, but other than that, he was dominant the whole way through, and that defense was made to stop him, and they couldn't. That right there sealed it for me. Like, he's above Steph, he's above Jokic, KD, he's way above them. That helped it for me, man. Because stuff like that, when you're going against 2 years ago against a defense like that, he would have been ass. And we seen it against the Heat. He was ass. And then you go against a defense better than that, and you fuck them up. It sealed it for me. Game 6, I don't understand how they fumbled 46. I think he had 46 and 20. I don't understand how they fumbled that. Mike Budenholzer fumbled that, of course, and then he fumbled Game 7. Yeah, we're going to leave Grant Williams, the nigga that's shooting 44% from 3, open all game. That's why I wanted them to fire him and save Darvin Ham. But, hey, other than that, man, that's it for this video. Center video will be out Sunday. Peace out.